Yeah, I at least have this today, which is more than I've had. Think I'm gonna fit on there?
If you go down here, if you want to go to the pole, I raised it up a little bit. I don't know if that'll reach or not.
Okay. I think we're gonna get it. Sorry about that. You want to try you a little better than this side? There we go. There we go.
Do you have the other half for this?
Somewhere, probably. Oh, okay. I think I'm good finally. Yeah, sorry, they made me move my car. And
Yeah, I know.
frazzled.
Yeah, I get it. We have a few minutes yet. I don't know if this is going to stay though.
I'm not gonna touch it. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Are we all set? Good morning, everyone. I first want to address Thuru Vignaraja here on behalf of Ronald Silver's family. There's been a couple of inquiries regarding an announcement this morning from City Hall that they have hired a law firm to do an investigation into what happened and to make recommendations as to what should take place going forward. Today's focus is going to be on sharing the memories of Ronnie with the public and with the media. Candidly, the family finds it a touch offensive that they would have scheduled that announcement the day that we had almost a week ago said we would be sharing Ronnie's memory. It is strange that the city would hire its own investigator when there is a Maryland state agency as well as the Baltimore Police Department conducting investigations into what happened. That is what guilty parties do, hiring their own investigator when they're in cover-up mode, not what public officials and public agencies do when they are trying to get to the bottom of what really happened. We are hopeful that next week's City Council hearings, which the family asked for, and we were grateful to see the City Council respond so quickly, will be a first step in the right direction of really getting to the bottom of what happened. We will have more comments about the investigation that the city is hiring people to do for its own insights early next week, or perhaps over the weekend, after we look into this law firm that they've hired. Are there any questions about that? Because I really want to give the family a chance to talk about Ronnie uninterrupted by other distractions.
The press release said that DPW had reached out to the family about that. Who exactly reached out and how did they reach out?
As I now understand it, neither the fiancé or the mother were informed. There was an aunt who apparently was told about it in passing this morning at 8:30. we received a copy of the press release announcing the hiring of some law firm in D.C.
An aunt was told about it in passing. What does that mean?
Apparently, there was a reference to hiring an independent investigator in a phone call yesterday. The aunt asked for more information. That's what we got this morning.
So the family hasn't heard anything?
We don't know anything about how the firm was selected or anything else, but really, this is our effort not to have the family's chance to share memories of Ronnie overshadowed by the city's announcement. We will absolutely talk about it, but for them to schedule it the same day as this is an unfortunate distraction. Really, today is a chance, as so many of you have asked, as so many members of the public have asked, to hear from the family directly about their loved one. We hope in earnest that will be the focus of today's conversation. Okay. There are two folks that are going to speak on the family's behalf today. They are his fiancée, Renee Garrison, as well as his mother, Faith Johnson. Renee Garrison spelled ReneeGarrison. And Faith Johnson, common spelling, Faith and then Johnson. They're going to share some preliminary statements. I'm going to ask them to share some specific memories. They are open to answering questions about Ronnie, any questions about what happened that day, about a potential lawsuit, about next week's hearings. I'm happy to answer those questions. I want to leave the family a chance to really focus on their memories of Ronnie. With that, I'm going to ask his fiancée, Renee, to come up.
Good morning. My name is Renee Garrison. My name is Renee Garrison. I'm the fiancée of Ronald Silver. First, I would like to thank everyone who has been a positive help since this tragedy has taken place. I would like to thank my Ronald, because as we planned our future together, I never imagined that your tenacious, hardworking, bold personality would lead us to a life without you. I'm reminded of you daily from the faces of our children. The structure and the love you embedded in our children can never be dissolved, and for that, my love, I am grateful. Ronald was a man whose family meant the world to him. He took extreme pride in being able to take care of us. He loved shopping for the latest, watching Marvel movies and quoting them word for word, listening to music, and doing my favorite activity, which was whatever Renee wanted. He was straightforward, diligent, and the ultimate organizer. I would also like to say to every man that is providing, problem solving, protecting, and sacrificing for his family, that you are valued and important and worthy of protection yourself. Thank you.
I'm now going to ask Faith Johnson.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Faith Johnson, and I am the mother of Ronald Silver II. I want to thank everybody that has come out here with us today to support us. I want to read what I wrote. I was asked, what would Ronald want the world to know about him? And I said, big lights. But then I was asked, what would I want the world to know about my son? And all I could think about is how funny he was. Ronnie was absolutely hilarious. Like one day he came upstairs screaming with this joking look on his face while beating his chest. Screaming, King Kong don't have nothing on me. I'm the king of this house. And you just had to see him because he just had like this comedic timing, you know. Now that was just one of the things about my firstborn that I would want the world to know. My son felt that his family came before everything. My son loved his children more than anything on earth. And although my son would say the reason for us moving in together was so his children could grow up in a multi-generational household. I knew his timing of this request came after my husband died and I was alone living in the city. My son was my firstborn king, and he took that job very seriously. He provided for us and he protected us. My son adored his children, and all that he did was to provide them with the guidance, love, and stability. And we miss him terribly. I mean, there are no words to describe waking up every day ready for work. Waking up every day at the same time, only to realize that it's the same time my son would have been getting ready for work, yet knowing I'll never see him again. And to have that feeling of anguish all over again. I miss his voice. I miss his scent. I miss his hugs. I don't ever want any other mother to have to experience the loss of a child to a very preventable illness. I know my son would want the world to know his story. So I beg of you to remember Ronald Silver II.
Renee, can I ask you something? These are statements that Renee and Faith prepared with literally not a word of editing from me. But I also want them to share some of their favorite memories of Ronnie. They speak about him with such love and devotion, and I think it's important for all of you to hear and see that.
That man would have did anything for us. Anything. His favorite thing to do was to make us happy. And for that, I tell him all the time. I told him before he left us, I love you and I'm grateful. You should be an example to every man who wants to go out here and sacrifice for their family and take care of us. I loved him so much. It's just too many memories to sit there and try to pinpoint any. I have a few where we go shopping and I turn around, he's not behind me because he's trying to fish out who's looking at my girl, while, and then speed up just to let him know, like, oh, this is mine, crazy pants. I'm going to miss him so much. We have a lot of memories. It's been a long time coming, 12 years, a long time coming. The kids miss him so much. The kids have plenty of things to remember him by. Plenty of pictures, plenty of projects. He showed up every school event he could make. He made it. He might have been a little late, but he made it. He made it every single time. Every single kid never missed anything that he could be there for. I'm so grateful for him. I'm grateful.
Renee, why do you refer to him as Batman?
Batman? Was that me who referred to him as Batman?
I think so.
That was his Aunt Renee. I think that was Aunt Renee. But he loved Marvel. I was about to say it could be a inside family thing. Yeah, he loved Marvel, so that could be a thing. That man, so beautiful. His smile, his eyes, his big brown eyes, just the intention with everything he did for the family. With waking up early, from organizing the kitchen to organizing the children's clothes, to organizing his mom's stuff, to everything. I come home, my side of the bed is on another side. Like, he done organize and I just felt like you would like this better, boo. I'm just so grateful. I'm so hurt. I've been doing my best to keep it together for my children, for our children, for his mom, for the rest of his family. But I'm a wreck, honestly. I'm a wreck. I'm grateful for everyone who has been a positive help through this whole situation. I'm very grateful. Very grateful. I'm grateful for his family. I'm grateful for his children. I'm grateful for everything he has left me, the babies, everything. I'm grateful.
I'm actually going to go back in the archives a little bit here, and if I mess up on any of y'all got to help me out. But Ronald knew, we used to say he had that old soul, right? And that old soul simply meaning in our culture, like their baby been here before, just because of some of the things that they embody. And he just always had this old soul about him. And I remember at 2 years of age, we were having dinner at my uncle's house. And my uncle, he was play fussing at Ronnie. He was like, and why you do this and why you do that? And Ronnie looked up at him, he said, but you spent out only 2. I mean, he knew from a very early age. He's intelligent. He's funny. He was all everything. He truly was. So come downstairs and see him in the living room with his kids. Some at the table doing homework, the others in the living room playing a video game with Dad. Like, that was what his happiness was. And just to know that I'm never gonna I'm never going to see him again. I wake up the same time every morning because he got ready for work. Always coming in, as we call him, a whisper talker. I was like, you hear me, Ma? What does he say? It's just low enough to wake me up loud. And I find myself the same time every morning, waking up. And I really just got in touch with it yesterday, that's what was going on. I'm waking up at the same time I would normally wake up and I would see my son.
I know all of you understand this, but Faith and Renee were reluctant to share memories from the heart because they were nervous about breaking down. So they had these prepared remarks, but I knew that it was going to be more important for you to hear from them. This is very hard for every family that endures something like this. I'm going to just ask you guys to maybe 1 or 2 questions. There are a number of family members that want to share stories. As I mentioned before, if any of the outlets want to do a longer form interview with the family members, they are open to that. Just please contact me directly and we will arrange a time and a place for that. I think this is just, frankly, them getting a little bit more comfortable with this process, okay? But we'll take 1 or 2 questions.
Renee, are you comfortable sharing how you met Ronnie, like a meet cute or something?
I met him through one of my best friends.
Renee,
Oh, I'm sorry. I met Ronald through one of my best friends in 2012. Yeah.
It's like an instant kind of...
Nothing cute, just I like you, you like me, okay. That's cute. That's just it.
One more question. Okay. Any questions about the investigation or counsel? I think the family has given statements about the counsel hearing and anything else, but any other questions? All right. Thank you, everyone, for your patience and for your grace. I appreciate it.